This is the fence. There is a long and storied history of this thing. They will try to have you believe that this is the most painted object in the world. I grew up in the middle of Connecticut, and the University of Hartford also has the most painted object in the world. It's an anchor. This is a fence. This is not even the original fence. They originally built one, and the students started painting it, and then it fell over because it had too much paint on it.
Why did they build it?
Then they built it back, kept painting it, and ran over this half with a truck.
That one burned down, fell over then?
So they built this half back, and then backed over this half with a truck. Apparently people have done core samples, but that's kind of inconclusive because figuring out how many layers of paint you got is kind of obnoxious and boring.
It's really pretty though.
There are some traditions as to taking the fence and what to do with it when you've got it. You can take it pretty much exactly like this. If no one else has the fence, you stand on it and congratulations, you've got the fence. Tradition dictates that what you generally do with the fence is paint it. Once you have the fence, you can start painting at midnight, and you need to completely paint the fence before sunup the next day.
You do not start painting before midnight, and you do not only paint new lettering on the fence.
You have to paint the whole thing. Please, caveat, do not paint the tree. The tree hates that, and will die.
Especially the one on this side.
That one already did.
Trees are a large form of grass, and CMU hates grass. But don't kill it for them.
It's not good to help. In general, these aren't hard and fast rules. More or less the way this works is, you know, be cool. If you've got the fence and some other group needs the fence to, you know, advertise their event, let them have the fence. They'll probably give it back. If you've had the fence for a week, chances are you've had the fence too long.
And you're a Greek organization.
And you should abandon it to someone else. What it basically comes down to is don't be a jackass, or else people will tell stories about you. Sean?
Speaking of which, KGB has taken the fence many times. Sometimes we've taken it to advertise for the Underground Tour. Sometimes we take it to advertise for Capture the Flag with Stuff. But sometimes we take the fence because it's fun. And we do things with the fence that are fun. One time, the fence was entirely enclosed in packing crates. One time, the fence was entirely covered in police caution tape. One time, the fence was covered in tin foil. Now, if only we could have rubbed it across a stove, we would have had a ton of popcorn. Some of you get that. One time, we decided to add an extra post to the fence. One time, we couldn't get the fence for an event we wanted, so we built a second fence and took that. One time, we covered the fence in AstroTurf and played miniature golf on it. When a distinguished emeritus professor of physics at this university walked past that day, I was standing there, and he grinned at me and he said, "Did you do this?" And I said, "I can't take credit. I wasn't involved, but it is my organization. I'm a part of the group." And he said, "That's the best thing I've ever seen done with the damn thing." A number of years ago, a very famous and very rich man who runs a very big computer corporation, his first name is William, and his wife's name is Melinda, came to this university to give a presentation. For a week before, we decided to take the fence in honor of him. First, the fence was painted blue, and then interesting things were painted on, like 10,000 Smurfs died to make this fence. And other more interesting things. And after having the fence for about 5 days, which is pushing propriety, we changed it to a blue fence of death. We painted a system exception has occurred. And we painted hexadecimal opcodes on it that were actually the numbers of computer science courses. Because we wanted Bill to know how trustworthy and reliable an operating system he gave us.